And here he is, folks, the one, the only, Groucho. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to You Bet Your Life. Say the secret word, and the duck will come flying down and give out $100. I'm Groucho Marx, and I am your host. So, those are my opening lines to the comedy quiz show I hosted back in the 1950s, which was often called The Groucho Show. Before that, I starred in many movies with my three brothers, Harpo, Chico, and Zeppo. And here we are. I just happen to have a picture with me. Here's my oldest brother, nicknamed Chico. He's the one that played the piano, had the Italian accent, and in real life, a gambling problem. Here's Zeppo, the youngest. He was considered the good-looking one, and that's probably because the rest of us were so homely. Zeppo is nicknamed after the Zeppelin airship. Now, Harpo would have said Zeppo was nicknamed after a wild monkey we once knew named Zippo. Speaking of Harpo, he was nicknamed that because he played the harp, of course. He never spoke in our films, but instead whistled or honked a bicycle horn. We all sang and played musical instruments, but our real claim to fame came when we realized we were funny. However, off stage, I was the least funny of them all, hence my nickname, Groucho. By the way, if you haven't guessed it yet, this mustache isn't real. It happened one night when I was performing on stage with my brothers. I was running late for the theater, so I didn't have time to glue my fake mustache on, so I grabbed some black grease paint and smeared one on. And that became my trademark. This one is even more fake. It doesn't come off so easy. Hello. My name is Frank Moran, and I'm the real host of this show. So, to continue where Groucho left off, now he may hate me for this, but his real name was Julius. And Chico was Leonard. Harpo was Adolf, which was later changed to Arthur for obvious reasons. And Zeppo's given name was Herbert. The Marx Brothers made 13 movies together, plus countless stage and TV appearances. They were considered, I have three brothers. I just happen to have a picture with me. The Marx Brothers, the Moran Brothers, the Marx Brothers, the Moran Brothers. Let's see. 4 Marx Brothers, 4 Moran Brothers. They were funny. We were funny. They had nicknames. We had nicknames. I mean, my oldest brother, Thomas Moran, was nicknamed Tommy. And like Zeppo, he was the handsome one. And then there's the second brother, Raymond Moran, nicknamed Buddy. He's a lot like Chico. But instead of the gambling, it was all about the drugs and alcohol. Then there's the third Moran brother, Kevin. We did call him Kev, well, so that counts. And he was the real Groucho in the family. Kev. Come on, Daddy. Another beer? And Buddy, why do you have to play your rock music so loud? And Frank, do you always have to be cracking all those jokes? Well, at least I'm not so serious and uptight like you are. He was a very talented kid and played piano just like Chico. In fact, the two of us would perform shows for the entire family right in our living room. See? Just like you guys. Oh, there's one more brother, the youngest Moran. And that's me. I'm actually more like Harpo. I play a stringed instrument, the guitar. I started out as the quiet one, the silent clown. Well, I, I wasn't always so silent growing up, but I was the clown. Oh, and my name, Frank, is also a nickname. Meet Officer Frank Rogers. Hey, Grandpa, I'm going to change my name like you did. Since we're about to move to a new neighborhood, I think I'm going to need a stronger identity. It'll be easy because no one will know me there as Francis. Francis sounds like a girl. But, buddy, that was Grandpa's name. Yeah, and why do you think I changed it? You think a tough New York Italian cop wants to be called Francis? No way. No way. Now, I will be known as Frank Roger Moran, just like you, Officer Frank. What? Right now? With the music? It's in his contract. And here he is, folks, the one, the only, Groucho. Ladies and gentlemen, I've come back on because Frank seems to be talking too much about his own family. You see, it all started in New York City in the late 1900s on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. And unbeknownst to most, there were actually 5 Marx Brothers altogether. Our 5th brother, Milton, nicknamed Gummo because he always wears these gum shoes so he could sneak up on us backstage, he became a dressmaker. That's no good, Grouch. No. He was an agent. Well, thank you, Chico. But I don't think narrator is in your contract. And Gummo was in the raincoat business. I don't think so, Grouch. He was drafted into the army like Frankie's older brother. Well, listen, Chico. You want to narrate? Start your own show. Anyway, the point is, Gummo never made it into the movies with us. Ha! Like you would have let him, huh? All right, that's enough, Chico. Listen, here's 2 bits. Why don't you go bet on some horses? That way you won't have to hawk something from Dad's shop. You're starting to sound more and more like Frankie's other brother. Hey, piazza mozzarella da rampa di facce. Come on. I think that did the trick. So, Mom and Pop. Our Pop, Sam Marx, nicknamed Frenchie because he was born in France, was a very quiet man. And he owned his own tailor shop. Frenchie wasn't a very good tailor, but somehow we got by. No thanks to Chico. It was mostly because of our mom, Maina Schoenberg, nicknamed Minnie. Minnie came from a long line of performers, and since she was a very savvy businesswoman, she became our manager. It wasn't so easy, though, because... That's right, Harpo. We were a bit of a handful. Oh, I hope you can understand Morse code. What? I'm assuming you don't need music. Oh, unless you negotiated your own contract as that fake agent you pretended to be. Whoa, thank you, Groucho. That was a great whatever. Anyway, the Morans and the Marxes are even more alike. We're all real New Yorkers, and Mom and Dad could have totally been the Marx Brothers' parents. I mean, look at these 2 wild and crazy clowns, huh? Oh, and my mom, Genevieve Moran, nicknamed Jeannie. She wasn't a stage mother, but she was always very supportive of our talents. And just like Minnie, Mom was a very smart businesswoman. She was one of the first people to sell Tupperware out of the house. She was the Tupperware Queen of Queens. And Mom, like Minnie, came from a long line of performers, starting with her mother, my grandmother, Helen Boyd. And she had a nickname, too. It was Nanny. Nanny was a real tough broad, as they called it in those days. She was one of the few women back then that actually had to divorce her husband, her cheating husband, Grandpa. Oh, and she also had a very similar look to Margaret Dumont in the Marx Brothers movies. Very tall and charismatic. Oh, and boy, could Nanny sing. Ah, the quality of a cassette tape recorder. We didn't have iTunes then. But what a voice, huh? Oh, and her sisters would also get up and sing with her. They had a whole act together. And what's with those hairdos? We called it helmet hair. Well, not to their faces. Oh, and then of course, last but not least, there's Dad. Raymond Moran, nicknamed Ray. He was a quiet man, like Frenchie Marx. But Ray worked as a bartender and was well known for spontaneously belting out a little Irish ditty. Well, after a few cocktails, of course. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen. Hey, pal, how about an ice-cold Coca-Cola? I loved when he called me pal. Did I ever tell you the story of your birth? He loved telling the story. So your mom was knocked up for the 4th time. And I'll be honest with you. After 3 boys, we were looking for a little girl. But you were the cutest little thing. I even drove around the neighborhood shouting out the window, "4!" like we was playing golf. Oh, Franny boy, the pipes are calling. By the way, my dad didn't actually have an Irish accent. I just figured he was larger than life. You know, like Joe the bartender on the old Jackie Gleason show. Anyway, there was one character on that show that my dad loved. Crazy Guggenheim. So I would always do it for him. Hey, Dad, watch this. Hey, Joe, I got one for you. A hot dog walks into a bar and orders a beer. And the bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve food here." Get it, Joe? Franny. Oh, you always bring a smile to my face. Oh, I lived for that. The smile and the sound of laughter. Hey, Franny, give me a hug, will you? His scruffy beard against my soft cheek. What? What do you want? Did you tell him how much your mom is like Chico? That she loves to bet on the horses? Shh. They don't have to know everything. Well, I'm just saying they might enjoy it. All right. So yes, Jeannie, she was very fond of the racetrack. And her favorite errand for me was to pick up a pack of menthol cigarettes and hit the OTB on the way home. She even had a system. You see this a horse, Frankie? Hey, see? She even sounds like Chico. Hey, shut up. It's my mom here. Have a little respect. All right, maybe she did sound a little bit like Chico at the track. So this a horse? It came in second place 2 races ago. And that means that she's going to come in the first place this race. You'll see, Frankie, It's going to work. And when we win, we're going to win big. Well, she didn't always win. But when she did, it was big. Huh. Maybe that's why we wound up moving so much. For Mom, the grass was always greener on the other side. Well, that doesn't sound so bad. Growing up, we were stuck in the same house, and you got to travel all over the place. Oh, yeah? Well, how would you like to have moved 9 times before the age of 21? We moved so much we were called the Gypsy Morans. That sounds like a singing group. Not better than ours, the Four Nightingales. We're still talking about my mom here. Well, what about Buddy? You seem to got a lot of chicos in that Gypsy Moran clan of yours. Yeah, but when Buddy needed money, he didn't hock anything. He just stole it. I used to keep my little bit of cash in a toy safe, which was basically fair game for him. Right, Buddy? I don't know how you became Mom's favorite. Look at you with your long hair and your fast cars and your free love. Free love? Oh, so that's what those hippies were all about. I wonder if Chico would have been one of those. How did he do that? Do what? Well, he steals and lies and scares my mother. And he's still everybody's favorite. My favorite brother. Well, he did introduce you to me. Speaking of me, I can certainly relate. Harpo's my favorite brother. That's right, Harpo. No, you're not a screw-up. But he ignores me most of the time. Just like your brother Kevin does to you. That's right, Harpo. I bet you like Chico more than me. I know, you love everybody the same. So you got no answer for me. I don't know what you're talking about. How could Buddy be anybody's favorite? When you're the most beautiful child. I only came in third. Well, that's better than any of the Marx brothers, or Buddy, or Kevin, or maybe not Tommy. Ooh, he's a looker. Anyway, Francis, show us the picture. Come on. All right. So, Jeannie and Ray entered their youngest son, me, into the Daily News' Beautiful Child Contest. They even took me to one of those fancy photography studios. That was a big deal in those days. And what about that party where you got your start as an entertainer? Oh, are you kidding? I got in trouble for that. Yeah, but for just a few minutes, you were the favorite. And it wasn't just because of that hat you were wearing. Come on, show us the hat. Oh, all right. So yes, Mom decided to throw me a big party for my 5th birthday. Everyone was there. Ray, Jeannie, Grandpa, all my brothers. I got a new car, a toy rifle, and happy birthday, my beautiful child. Thanks, Ma. Wow. I got a shiny new purple fedora with an extra long purple feather on it. So here I am, finally getting all the attention. And Kevin decides he wants attention too. He starts hamming it up, dancing around and singing and stealing my spotlight. So I took my toy rifle. Okay, Kevin, that's enough. Put the performance down. Hey, Francis, what's the matter for you? You don't do that, even with a fake one. Oh, you shut up. I think Grandpa knew it was me and not the feather. Well, you can imagine what happened after that. Well, maybe you can't. What's that, Harpo? Okay. Sure. Thanks, Harpo. I think that did cheer me up a little bit. You don't need my brother to cheer you up. You always cheer yourself up. Remember Santa Claus? Didn't you make your own costume? Yes, I did, Groucho. With my red robe and lots of cotton and scotch tape. That's the youngest old Saint Nick I've ever seen. Well, I certainly was committed, and Mom loved it. She needed as much cheering up as I did. As we got older, things got a lot... Well, maybe she shouldn't have kept going to the track. Hey, she always made sure we had food on the table, clothes to wear, and every summer a week vacation in the country. And if she didn't win the money, she would borrow it. Yeah, but it always took her the rest of the year to pay it back. And why were you the only one doing all the cheering up? I don't know. Everyone else was always so busy. Well, I got to tell you, stoop ball isn't the most exciting way to pass the time. Are you kidding? It's great. Hey, Dad, you coming out to play? I'll be out in a little while, pal. Okay, Dad. Hey, buddy. You got some time to play stoop ball? Oh, man, I got a bolt. Oh, that's okay. Dad said he'd be out in a little while. Yeah, good luck with that, pal. I'll catch you later. Okay, buddy. Hey, Dad, you coming out yet? I'll be out in a little while, pal. Okay, Dad. Hey, Kev, you got time to play some stoop ball? No way. Well, what do you want to do? Nothing with you. I'm going over to Francie's house. I got a new Ken doll, and Francie's Barbie and my Ken are going to get married. Hey, Dad. Dad? Mom? Dad? Whose wallet is this? I found it in the car. It's not mine. I don't know. Don't lie to me. It's not mine. Where you going, Dad? To the bar. Hey, Mom. You okay? Her face had a big red hand mark on it. She'd been crying. Didn't know what to do. But then, I suddenly did. You know, Mrs. Moran, your youngest son is out there playing stoop ball by himself. Even I wouldn't stoop that low. There's my favorite sound again. And somehow I had this new courage. And I knew what I wanted to do next. I went to the bar. Hey, Franny, what are you doing here? Why'd you hit Mommy? What? Everything's okay. Just pretend you didn't see that, pal. Don't call me pal. Hey, kid. Where have you been, buddy? You know me. People to see, places to go, fast cars to drive. Exactly. Well, you've missed a lot. Because Mommy's been on the phone with Nanny and she said something about a divorce. Oh, I wouldn't worry about that, kid. Women don't do that sort of thing. You know, just pick up and leave their husbands. Everything's cool, man. I believed him. But he was wrong. And Dad was wrong. Just like her mom, Jeannie did have the courage to just pick up and leave her husband with all us kids. So once again, we were on the move. Oh, so the Gypsy Morans became the Gypsy Rajas. Yeah, kinda. Well, it wasn't that bad, especially since you had your newfound impersonation of yours truly. Yeah, whatever. Well, it certainly helped you in that new high school. Yeah. Well, if you won't tell it, I will. One day, Frank was in his homeroom. And this kid walked in who looked like he was from the planet Jupiter. He looks like he was from Mars. Jupiter's better. It's bigger. You're not telling it right. Bigger is always better. No, it isn't. All right. Okay. First day of freshman year. Oh, homeroom was so boring. There's nothing to do. Then this kid walks in who looked like a Martian. How do you know what a Martian looks like? What, are you a cosmetologist? Maybe that's the wrong word. Anyway, this kid looked really weird. Really weird. And then, from this kid sitting right next to me, I hear, "Hey, what are you? What planet are you from?" It was Chico Marx. No, it was just some kid who looked and sounded like Chico Marx. So I turned to him and I said, "Now that's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard." And he said, "Hey, what's the matter for you, huh? Hey, maybe that Martian kid could be Harpo. Hey, kid, can you whistle?" That's a good. Oh my, I couldn't believe it. My first day of high school, And I've got the most perfect new best friend, Carlo Palermo. And then we both had a new friend, the Martian Kid. So for the next 4 years, Carlo and I were inseparable. In fact, we even had a yearly tradition where on the last day of school, we would dress up as Groucho and Chico and go around to all the schools, and the teachers would let us teach. The circulatory system works like this. The blood rushes from the head down to the feet, gets a whiff of those feet, and rushes back to the head again. And there's always constant warfare between the red and white corpuscles. Now then, students, what's a corpuscle? That's easy. First there's a captain, then there's a lieutenant, then there's a corpuscle. That's fine. Why don't you bore a hole in yourself and let the sap run out? And then junior year, the very best thing happened. Hey, buddy. What's up, man? I got to go. Carlo and I won the Sing Talent Competition. That's far out, kid. Yeah, you don't understand. We're only juniors. And it's always the senior class that wins. And Carlo and I did our Marx Brothers routine. So for the first time in 32 years, the junior class won. That's great, kid. We did the Horse Feathers bit, you know. First, we listened to the heartbeat. And if the heartbeat's anything but diamonds and clubs, it's because your partner is cheating. You're real good, kid. Gotta go. But, buddy, you know, in all my performances, I think Buddy only came to one. Well, to be fair, there were a lot of performances. And there should have been. I practiced a lot. My impersonations, my dancing, my singing, and Nanny especially loved it when I sang. I am my Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha. Oh, you're so loud. And that's not really even you. You're just imitating Richard Kiley. Like you're always just imitating Groucho. Well, how else am I supposed to learn? Learn what? How to be somebody else? You're just jealous because I have a friend to perform with. And I have a girlfriend. Well, we'll see how long that lasts. I am I, Don Quixote, the Lord of La Mancha. Dulcinea. Oh, who knew that Kevin would be so accurate? Maybe he should have been the gambler. What are you talking about? Well, somebody lost their Dulcinea as fast as they got her. Ugh. Her name was Donna. Was being the operative word. And she wasn't even a cosmetologist. Well, if you were as picky with your women as you are with your nouns, hey, don't talk about Donna like that. She was really great. Greater than that song you wrote about her? Can't compare. I mean, what, Harper? You got an answer for your annoying brother here? All right. I'll sing it for you, Harper, but not for him. You know, the last time I got treated like this, the doctor was sued for malpractice. Oh, just get out. Get out. You know, I didn't just write this song. It got picked to be recorded in an actual studio. And Donna was even the one that sang it. I'm going to try that again. Nothing to do, nothing to say. All I need is to be with you today. Nothing to do, no one to be. Now that you've gone away, I can't be me. When I'm with you, I know what to do. When I'm with you, I never feel blue. To brighten sunshine in every way. What do you think, Harpo? Thank you, thank you. You know, I was a singer too. I was just a boy soprano until I got kicked in the you-know-where. My voice changed. Oh, that's a good one, Harpo. Well, family feuds between brothers. Oh, just like you and Buddy. No, it was not like that. Not at all. Hey, kid, how's your lady? She's not my lady anymore. Oh, what'd you do? Screwed it up, didn't you? I told you, you can't treat him too good. You were probably too nice. You were probably a sad little... Hey, shut up. Who'd ever want to do what you do? You steal everybody's money. You're high all the time. Nobody can trust you. Yeah. Like father, like son, I guess. You're right, kid. Don't ever be like me. You're right, Harpo. It did feel like that. Daddy was gone. Mom had 3 to 4 jobs at a time. Tommy was back from Vietnam, but he was off married. Kevin was busy with college. And Buddy was... All right. Okay. It was the beginning of senior year. The first week, and I don't know if I could have been more excited. But then, it was a Thursday, September 11th. I was woken up about 5 o'clock in the morning. Hey, Frankie. Wake up, Frankie. Wake up, sweetie. Nanny? I have to tell you something. Buddy was driving home, coming from Tommy's house. He was driving really fast. He might have had a few drinks. He must have lost control of the wheel, and then the car spun out of control and turned over and over, and we lost him, baby. He's gone. Buddy's gone. We lost our buddy. He's gone. I don't know if that's what she really even said. I really don't remember. You can't be gone, buddy. What am I going to do without you? Why did I yell at you? That was so stupid. I can't believe it. I can take over from here, Harpo. Buddy died on September 11, 1975 at 2 o'clock in the morning. He was driving drunk and lost control of the car. Life was very different for Frank after his buddy died. I know how he feels. When we lost Harpo, I was devastated. Frank, what do you think? I think we're going to need a narrator here. Okay, so not only do I have to carry the weight of the entire Marx family, no comment here, Chico, but now I got to carry the Gypsy Morans as well. All right, so Frank had a pretty rough time senior year, and we won't get into that. But it all culminated at the senior prom when Frank was crowned prom king. I offered you a narrator, but apparently it's not in your contract. Anyway, Frank looked spectacular that night. Tuxedo and tails, white gloves, and a fancy walking stick. What's your problem, Frank? I'm just letting them know how you were always wearing a costume, you were always playing a character. Well, fine. You want to talk about all the drinking and the failing grades and all that? Then you can just come on here and do that. Or we could just skip to when you finally got into Queens College. Look at that. You went right from Queens to Kings to Queens. And, look, and don't worry. You can talk about all the drinking and all the smoking and other extracurricular activities you did in college. I know you did all that because your father died. Well, I was getting to that. So Frank's father, Raymond Moran, passed away from cirrhosis of the liver on September 11th, 1976 at 2 o'clock in the morning. Exactly 1 year to the day and the time when Buddy Raymond Jr. died. And you didn't even show up at the hospital. Too busy with your own drinking, Frank? Or were you just thinking, I'll be there in a little while, pal? Oh, here he comes. I'll tell my own damn story. I didn't show up at the hospital when my dad was dying because, well, I was drinking a bit. All right, I was drinking a lot. And I was doing a show. In fact, I was doing a lot of shows. That's how I basically graduated college. You get credits for every show you do. Sir, the players have arrived. That was me at just 19, playing the old actor in The Fantastics. Yes, Groucho, I know. That's the youngest old actor I've ever seen. And here's me playing my dream role at the time, the Scarecrow. Now, Dorothy, you ain't using your head about Miss Gulch. Think you didn't have any brains at all. And here's me playing Jesus in Godspell, landing on my knees without knee pads. Hey, why not? I'm a method actor. Playing Jesus, it can't hurt me. Well, until a few months later when I went to a disco roller skating rink in Brooklyn, skating to the Bee Gees, of course, and not being a great skater, I lost my balance, and I bumped into this big, tough Brooklyn guy. So he knocks me down. I looked down, and my left knee was in the wrong place. When I went to the doctor, all I could say was, "Can I still sing and dance?" He said, "You're fine. Just don't get on your knees, for Christ's sake. Or wear knee pads. Who do you think you are, Jesus?" I was tempted to do a number from the show right then and there. Oh, and here's me in a production of Hair playing Wolf at the Queens Theater in the Park. So I guess I went from Queens to Kings to Queens to Jesus, then back to Queens. And why don't you tell them about the most important one? Oh, yeah. It was Kevin who suggested I start auditioning for professional shows. And he picked out this great song for me. How could you believe me when I said I loved you when you know I've been a liar all my life? I got cast in a huge production of Showboat as Frank Schultz, the song and dance man. Oh, so really you went from Queens to Kings to Queens to Jesus to Queens then to Frank? That's right, Groucho. Check it out. So you're going away, but someday you'll come back to me. Goodbye, my lady love. Farewell, my turtle dove. So goodbye, my lady love. Goodbye. Oh, oh, whew. Forgot about my Jesus knees. Well, then I got to play Freddie Einsford Hill in My Fair Lady. I have often walked down this street before. And Nicely, Nicely Johnson in Guys and Dolls. Sit down, sit down, sit down, sit down. Sit down, you're breaking your knees. Oh. So I guess you won't be showing them your tango. They can imagine it. Groucho's talking about when I played Magaldi, the tango singer, in Evita. This was my first equity production, and I actually negotiated my own contract. On this night of 1,000 stars, let me tell... Oh, so that's when you started to pretend to be an agent. No, I didn't pretend to be an agent. I just spoke up for myself. Well, then why don't you speak up for the most important role you ever got? Well, I don't know if it was the most important. Oh, are you kidding me? You've been preparing your whole life for this. Well, I've been preparing like there's any other name that could fill in that blank. Come on, here he is, folks. The one, the only. Groucho. Yes, Groucho. I got cast in a production of Minnie's Boys at the Forum Theater. And tell them about the reviews. They don't need to hear the reviews, Groucho. Okay, but it was only the beginning. That's right, because I also got cast as you in A Day in Hollywood, A Night in Ukraine, a burlesque review, and one director liked my Groucho so much, he cast me in 3 different shows playing Groucho that weren't even Groucho. And then there's the big one. I'm getting to that, Groucho. Broadway! Is that really necessary? Well, of course. You got to play me in the musical of the Coconuts in New York City. Yeah, actually, I'd like to tell this story. So here we are, backstage at the American Place Theater in New York City, where Frank has just gone on as me. It's the first revival since my Broadway production in 1929. It's Christmas Eve, and Frank's mother, Jeannie, and his brother Kevin are in the audience. Now, in this production, Frank understudied all 4 Marx Brothers. But tonight, he's going on as me. Yippee! Let's look in and see how he's doing. Coconut Arms, how can I help you? What's that? Ice water in room 319? Oh, really? Where'd you get it? Oh, you want some? Well, that's different. Have you got any ice? No, I haven't got any. This is Coconut Beach. No snow, no ice. Get some onions. That'll make your ice water. You too. Front. Front. Here, front. Here, front. Here, front. And then Frank turns to the audience and starts to ad-lib. Have you ever seen this many yarmulkes in one place? And on Christmas Eve, too. Wow, now that was risky. But it paid off. You had the audience in the palm of your hand. I think that's when you fully became me for real. It was full circle, from entertaining your mother in the living room to here and now. We could do this forever. Yes, but you forgot to tell them that it wasn't really Broadway. Oh, well, that's beside the point. That it was technically off-Broadway, and I wasn't even originally cast as you. I was the understudy. That's also beside the point. I got you the thing you love the most, the laughter. I don't know. You know, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. What? What are you talking about? Do what? Well, it's like 9/11 all over again. Well, that seems an inappropriate comparison. No, I mean, it was about to be the anniversary of Buddy and Dad's death, 20-some years later. It's the evening of September 10th, 2001. And I'm thinking the same thing I'm thinking right now. I'm thinking something has to change. That I don't know what, I don't know how, but I don't want to live like this anymore. And then the next day, the whole city, it felt like it had come crashing down. I walked all over like in a daze. Everyone was in a daze. Everyone was scared, and I remember I made that decision. I made that decision to change my life. Well, when you were thinking all that, when you were deciding all that, you were thinking about your drinking. You weren't thinking about, no. That was only a small part of it. I was also thinking, no, that's when you went to see that therapist, right? Remember? It was all about your drinking. So, Mr. Frank, to sum it all up, you say you lost your brother and your father due to alcoholism. Your drinking is getting worse, and you don't know who you are. Is that about right? Yes, but you don't have to be so cavalier about it. This is serious. Well, first of all, don't you think that 2 family deaths related to alcoholism is enough of a reason to stop the drinking? I guess, but I think the drinking is just a symptom of my problem. In my opinion, it goes deeper than that. Well, who asked you your opinion? Who is the therapist here? Well, you are. But, I think it all stems from my abandonment issues. Abandonment issues? What are you, 2 years old? You're an adult, for God's sake. You can't be abandoned. Emotionally, I mean. Emotionally. I thought you were a real therapist. Not for what you're paying me. But you don't understand. You don't understand. If I'm not making people laugh, I feel, I don't know, empty. Well, what's wrong with making people laugh? I am intimately acquainted with someone who made a pretty good living and brought a lot of people joy just doing that. But you don't understand. I can't stop performing. And I also seem to be having a really big problem taking this mustache off. Oh, you don't want to do that? No, no. Listen, forget all that therapeutic crap. Oh, but you look at that. Oh, the time's up. Well, here's my prescription. Go to 2 AA meetings and call me in the morning. And if that doesn't work, well, go see a psychic. A psychic? Oh, I don't believe in all that stuff. Oh, good. I've got the perfect one for you. Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo, Namyo Renge Kyo. Boop. Oh, Mr. Frank. Oh, according to your chart, you're a Taurus with an Aquarius moon, and your rising sign is in Scorpio. Very interesting celestial map. Wait! Oh, I'm getting something. Something very interesting. Oh, someone is trying to bridge the gap. It's your brother, Buddy. Here he comes. Hey, Frankie. Hey, how you doing, bro? Long time no see, yeah? Hey, man, I am so proud of you. You're so funny now, huh? Really, buddy? Yeah, so proud. Wait. Someone else is trying to come through. It's a message from one of your spirit guides. Can't I just talk to Buddy some more? Oh, they're telling me you've had so much loss in your life and tragedy. Oh, in your past lives, too. Also many addictions. However, you did choose this path. Before you even came into this world, you decided it long ago in your soul plan. Soul plan? He can barely pay his bills. Knock it off, Julius. Frank, in this life, your current ancestors have not been successful in what they wanted to do. For them to be at peace, you must succeed in what you've been attempting to do. It is your destiny. If you've been addicted in any way, You must get sober. If you haven't been successful in your soul's purpose, you must succeed. Oh, you have a lot of help, though. There are many angels and spirit guides around you. I thought this room was getting crowded. Julius, try as you might, but you are not a spirit guide. Frank, you must listen to the words of William Shakespeare. To be or not to be, that is the question. You think I should kill myself? No. Oh, now you're getting as ridiculous as Julius over here. Know your name. Frank, think about your name. Okay? Oh, this one's going to take a while. That's what I've been saying. Frank, perhaps you might want to think about having a shave. Huh? Oh boy. Well, that's all I've got. Check, cash, or MasterCharge. MasterCharge? That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Doesn't she have Venmo? You can't trust those Margaret Dumont types. I don't know. She said something that was pretty, well, like being a success. Yeah, you're going to have to keep being a success in order to, but she didn't say what kind of success. Success at what? What do you think she meant by to be or not to be what? Steve Ross, of course. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Where are we going? Seriously. That was brilliant what you did. You and your friend masquerading as those agents. What was her fake name? Alice Ray. Steve Ross and Alice Ray, the best talent managers in Manhattan. Ring, ring. Ross and Ray Talent, what can we do for you? What's that? An offer for Frank Moran? Well, bust my buttons. What is it? The lead kid's dad? In the new Disney movie? Step Up 3D? Opposite Kathy and Jimmy? Well, heavens to Murgatroyd. We'll take it. Remember that? Yeah, but doing that eventually got me into a lot of trouble. You didn't mention that. So what? You got all those great parts in TV and in the movies, and you were helping other actors. You were like the Robin Hood of showbiz. Yeah, but I didn't exactly give it away. Well, that sounds like you were a proper businessman. At least you weren't throwing it away at the track. Hey yourself. That's the problem. I don't have a self. Well, who needs that anyway? We all have our nicknames. What's the difference between a nickname and a fake name? That's what it takes to be a success. A success at what? That is the question. Are you really taking that crazy psychic seriously? Should I take you seriously? You better. You got everything you ever wanted because of me. How do you know what I want? Oh, I know you because you're just like me. The reviews alone. Here. Frank Moran has the waggle-browed, leering inflections of Groucho down to a science. Stop. Frank Moran is a hilarious Groucho Marx. Frank Moran's expert Groucho Marx, Variety. Just stop. This Groucho is no mere impersonation. Moran is living inside Groucho's skin. And the best one of them all, when you went to audition for Groucho, A Life in Review, and you were going up in the elevator, and my own son, Arthur Marx, took one look at you, turned to his wife, and said, Groucho. Well, that was one of the best moments of my life. See, I told you I know you, but why should that be one of the best moments? Why can't it be something real, like when Mom was in that senior residence, and Kevin and I performed together for her? Right. Performing, that's the only thing that's real to you. That's not. The best part about that was working with Kevin. Mom didn't care what we did. It was that we were up there together. Oh, now don't go and pretend like you have this great relationship with Kevin. I'm working on that. The point is that was real. Well, what are you saying? I'm saying I'm saying that the real reason I'm doing this here today, this performance, was so I could actually get the courage to oh, you think you could take this mustache off? Maybe. I'd like to see you try. You know, Groucho, I don't think I like you very much. Well, that's just perfect then, because I don't think I like you, Frank. You've used me your whole life to get whatever you thought you needed, to get laughs, to get love, to get laid, and most important of all, to not have to be you. To be or not to be. Frank, that was the question. You owe me, buddy. You're not my buddy. Here he is, folks. The one, the only. Good idea, Harpo. Hey, Kev. Just thinking about you. I'm around. Nothing to do, nothing to say. All I need is to be with you today. Nothing to do, no one to be. Now that you've gone away, I can't be me. Now that you've gone away, can I be me? Now that you've gone away, I can be me. Nothing to do, nothing to say. All I need is to be with you today. Nothing to do, no one to be. Now that you've gone away, I can't be me. When I'm with you, I know what to do. When I'm with you, I never feel blue. You brighten up my day like sunshine in every way. Nothing to do, nowhere to go. I want to be with you, so I'll love to go. Nothing to do, nothing to see. I wish you'd come back so I can be me. You brighten up my day.